Greg Ehrenberg from OddsShopper here to break down another NBA slate. It's Friday. We're about to head into the weekend. So as you come in, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave me any kind of comments about any thoughts, questions, or anything else that you think about my bets for today. And I know we got lots of comments yesterday, and most of them were actually pretty funny. It was just people kind of making fun of me having a bad night from the day before, but we bounced back in a pretty good way. Ultimately only ended up having one bet yesterday. I had two in the video, but one of them was Ivica Zubac for under 9.5 points. And then he got added to the injury report and ruled out later on in the day. So the bet got voided. But the one bet I did have, won without really too much of a sweat. We had under 10.5 rebounds for Kevon Looney. That was a plus money bet. And Looney finished with way less than 10 rebounds. He only had 5. He played limited minutes. Everybody in that game ended up playing limited minutes because it was a blowout, which also made Zubac getting scratched a little bit more frustrating because we had under 9.5 points for plus money. And looking back at how the game played out, probably would have been nearly a lock to end up winning that bet just based on how limited minutes the starters played. And the Warriors just absolutely crushed the Clippers, which has been an ongoing thing since the Clippers signed Russell Westbrook. They've not won a single game with Russell Westbrook on the team, and they were rolling before they acquired Russ. So it was a little bit of a curious signing at the time. He doesn't really fit into their team, in my opinion. Certainly doesn't help their floor spacing, and I don't think it's going to work for them long-term with Westbrook. So we'll see what ends up happening with Russ going forward in that team. But dating back to last year, a lot of people bring this up online. The last 14 starts that Russell Westbrook has made dating back to his time with the Lakers. So his time with the Lakers and the Clippers, both LA teams, 0-14 for Russ's last 14 games as a starter. Not been great. He is certainly on the downswing at this point in his career. I don't think he has much to add to an NBA roster at this point. So Clippers could be a little bit screwed if they're going to stick with Russell Westbrook in the starting lineup, or even if they keep Russell Westbrook in the rotation. But we've got the NBA slate to talk about for today. Coming off of yesterday's slate, it was a good bounce back for us. Won that one bet. Also, in our Discord chat, we had another bet for Jakob Poeltl at a pretty good plus money to double-double, and he did that pretty easily. Poeltl's been a good guy for us as of late. We want a handful of good bets on Jakob Poeltl. So if you guys want in on the Discord channel, sign up using the link we have below. It's going to be 50% off your first week of the package. And then from there, you're going to get access to not just myself, but all the other guys on the YouTube channel. We're answering your questions. We're posting some additional bets in there. Actually already posted a college basketball bet for today. That's in the Discord channel right now. So if you want interest, or if you have interest in that, you want access, 50% off clicking on the link we have below. But let's talk about the NBA slate. I've got a couple of bets. We've got a good slate tonight. Let's hear it. So for my first bet of the day, it's going to be related to some news, but not the kind of news we normally see. I'm betting Clint Capela for over 10.5 rebounds, and he just played his first game with Hawks with Quinn Snyder as the coach. So we saw a coaching change in Atlanta. We've got Nate McMillan fired. We've got Quinn Snyder now taking the reins. And if you go back to his time with Utah, he played pretty condensed rotations, and he played Rudy Gobert really big minutes in Utah. And one thing that was really notable about the first game he coached with Atlanta, we saw 13 points and 15 rebounds for Clint Capela, who played 35.5 minutes. So this means something to me. With Quinn Snyder as the coach, we can't say this for sure because it's only a one-game sample size, but I think there's a pretty good chance that Clint Capela is just going to play bigger minutes with Snyder as the coach than he did with McMillan as the coach. And then also, if you look at the numbers for Capela for the season, he's playing 26.5 minutes per game and averaging 11.5 rebounds. If there is now a chance that this is going to be a guy who regularly plays north of 30 minutes, the 10.5 rebound prop is not nearly high enough because, once again, to reiterate, he's averaging 11.3 rebounds per game in well under 30 minutes, and now he might be a guy who's playing 34, 35 minutes per game. If that's the case, don't be surprised if this guy averages 13, 14, 15 rebounds per game in the final couple months of the NBA regular season. So I'm high on Clint Capela moving forward. I think this is a good spot to buy low on him because I think there's a chance that he's just going to be getting extra run due to the coaching change. So opening us up here with Clint Capela for over 10.5 rebounds. If you guys haven't taken advantage of our offer with DraftKings Sportsbook, do it right now. It's just such an easy way to make $150 because you sign up using our link below for DK Sportsbook. The first $5 moneyline bet you place pays out $150 as long as the team that you bet on wins. And there are a number of massive college basketball favorites. And the one that stands out the most to me, Chattanooga, which I don't know where Chattanooga, nobody knows where Chattanooga is. If you look at a map, you're not going to find it anywhere, but it doesn't matter. We know they're a big college basketball favorite. You normally have to bet over $10 just to win $1 on them. But with this offer, You place a $5 bet on the Chattanooga money line, and when they win, it's going to pay out $150. They're a big favorite. They're going to end up winning today. So you guys should be taking advantage of this offer if you haven't already signed up at DraftKings Sportsbook, because if you don't, you're just leaving free money on the table, and these kind of offers don't exist forever. Just make sure when you do sign up, you click on the link below so they know that we are the ones who sent you. And then if you or anybody you know has a gambling problem, call or text the number 1-800-GAMBLER. My next bet of the day, and it's my final one, I'm only placing a couple of bets today, it is Devin Booker for under 2.5 rebounds. This is a bet that stands out in our prop betting tool, NBA Bet Pro. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, you get 1 week for totally free, no risk to yourself, by using the link you have below. And it's been really profitable to this point throughout the NBA season, and it finds a bunch of different positive ROI bets. And if you do take advantage of all of them, we actually did track it. And if you were placing $100 bet on each of our projected positive ROI bets, you would be up over $20,000 over the point of the season since we launched it. So totally free trial if you click on the link below, and I think you guys are going to like it, and it should pay for itself over the long haul. But Devin Booker under 2.5 threes, one of the bets that it likes today. We have Booker projected for 2 threes, and the over, or I should say the under, winning north of 60% of the time. And I mean, this is pretty simple. Devin Booker is not really the highest volume three-point shooter. If you look at him for the season, he averages 2.2 threes per game. Over the last month, he's making 1.6 threes per game. But here's the big deal here. We're seeing a guy in Devin Booker who typically averages right around 2 3-pointers made per game, and now he's going to lose out on usage going forward. I know that him and Kevin Durant were both outstanding in Durant's first game with the team against the Charlotte Hornets. It seemed like neither him or Booker could miss any shots they took. But going forward, we have to reasonably expect that Devin Booker is going to take less shots with Kevin Durant now in the starting lineup. Because if you look at the players who had been starting alongside Devin Booker prior to Kevin Durant getting there, you know, it was Josh Okogie, Torrey Craig were the guys who were playing 30-plus minutes per game. Durant is such a higher usage guy than those players. We just have to reasonably think that means less shots for Devin Booker, hence less three-pointers made. So if he's already making less than 2.5 three-pointers made per game, and now we're expecting him to take less shots, I think it's pretty reasonable for our projection to have Devin Booker right around that 2 three-pointers made. So I think he's far more likely to make 2 or less three-pointers than 3 or more, which is why my final bet here is for Booker under 2.5 threes. So recapping the bets for today, just a couple of them to bring us into the weekend. And after a couple of bad slates, hopefully this is the start of a winning streak after we won yesterday. For tonight, Clint Capela over 10.5 rebounds, Devin Booker under 2.5 threes. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about these bets. But also, before you leave, do me a big favor, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Good luck, and I hope you guys have a great weekend.